Martinique to a lesser extent. But another challenge that we have, it's a new and a young Muslim training program. If you don't have a new Muslim, then you can't implement the program. In terms of the revert rate between January and June in these countries, it was quite low in comparison to previous years. Most of the reverts locally in Jamaica occurred in Ramadan. Majority of it occurred in Ramadan. So for the first 6 months, nationally we had maybe 20 reverts, about 15 of that was in Ramadan. And that was just last month. Right? So in terms of actually having reverts to trade, there really wasn't much. So that was also another challenge. Another challenge was some budgetary constraints, because in terms of some plans that we had, in terms of getting persons to the locations, and also that was, again, a typical challenge that persons have. The trainers themselves also had constraints in terms of where the new Muslims were. The trainers also had disparity, and also some challenges in terms of reaching the location. What else? The other challenge that we had in terms of our communication was that some person was the time level. We have a slight timing difference amongst the countries. So when I'm available at 10 o'clock my time, everybody's in bed because Jamaica is behind the time of everybody else. So that was a slight issue. Persons at school, several of them were at university studying. So they faced some challenges with work, some traveling to work, etc. So yes, there were some challenges there. Yes, and some other things we intended to implement. We had some financial constraints. However, as I said, the program was implemented. Some of the results that we actually ended up with is that we trained who we had. I personally started a weekend program myself, which I'm currently running. But what you do find also again is in terms of the attendance retention of persons being consistent. But that level of consistency is something difficult to really say we can put a handle on. But it continues. So one of the very important things is that we recognize that if we have a timeline, we have a program, then we're going to run it with just one student, we'll continue the program. So that level of consistency, we maintain it. There's another concept we implemented, which everybody does. I mean, it's in Barbados and a couple of the other countries. It's an Ansar concept, which basically means when someone accepts Islam, you partner them, a buddy system. Right? So you partner them with someone and say, what? You train this person. You teach him how to pray, you teach him some qualities. You are responsible for this person. This person is missing, you are the one I'm going to contact. So we did decide, we implemented that in a few of the communities where we are, and also in the various countries, some of those, they are existing. Right? Maybe it needs reinforcement, but it does exist. So that was one of the second thing. A third thing was in terms of the savviness, we found 2 online resources, newmuslimacademy.org. Fantastic. Now, quite fantastic because of it really facilitates our generation. Reason being is that most people don't have the time to read. We don't like reading. Everything that is taught is video-based, short videos, very short videos. Right to Islam, video-based, short videos. It provides as soon as you sign up to newmuslimacademy.org, you get a mentor contacts you. Right? That mentor system is there. It is existent. There are a lot of live webinars where you can communicate. Right, there are a lot of counseling sessions that are available. So we found that that's quite accessible to even, that's a system that actually exists, that we decided, here, this is what we're going to teach persons to utilize it. Those who can't make it to sessions, utilize it and we'll follow up with you. How are you doing? How are you doing on the program? Continue, because once you start, you'll always be contacted unless you unsubscribe. Right? So unless you decide, I don't want to learn nothing right now, I just accept Islam, which is highly unlikely. There's also another one, persons who are like academics. With IOU have a free program in terms of new Muslim course, a first day program. So for your first day, do these courses, you have an idea, have a 1-week program. You just go through it, do it, set up questions, you can do it over and over. New Muslim course 1 week, and then it covers a significant amount. So in essence, in conclusion, what we did, we continued our, we have our weekend courses, but we tailor it based on the audience. So if there are persons who are not new Muslims who want to attend, I tailor the session. Right, so I kind of have a line in terms of tailored sessions because I teach. I've been teaching quite some time. Not that old, but I've been lecturing quite some time. The Ansar concept, which is body system, we have implemented that system in terms of training new Muslims, young Muslims, and also in terms of reference and providing support. So in terms of referring them to the IOU course, dependent on our assessment of the individual. NewMuslimAcademy.org is for anybody. Right? Because it's very easy. In terms of the higher youth program, it's for persons who are more academics, who really want to learn more and build and develop, because it can lead them right up to a master's program.
Okay.
Right, so it starts that basic diploma, first degree, master's, continue PhD. Right, so basically that in essence was really where we got. As I said, some of the challenges was in terms of budgetary constraints, attendance, communication. A lot of the objectives that we built into our program is essential knowledge, character building, and functional Muslim, how to function in society. And as I said, we are going through that. All of these resources will facilitate that. But hopefully, inshallah, it develops and it can, I would say, spring across the various countries a little bit much more better. I don't know how the other now call it. But anyway, yes, so inshallah, I think I should finish speaking now.
Okay, let's give him a round of applause. I think that was a really well presented project in terms of identifying the problem and identifying specific activities, linking to networks. You mentioned you had some financial constraints, maybe, I don't know what.
Yes, because we had some other plans. Some of our other plans was basically to have, with these persons, to facilitate an environment where we could have trips, outings, right? Where we could have probably a motivational speaker that we bring in and give them some level of motivation that this is where you belong, this is how you identify yourself. But we weren't able to do this. And one of the things that we wanted to do also was, as we said, bring them together on various outings and trips. But there was
so the funding to do that was challenging. So maybe in terms of how would you go about finding funding to do that?
Yes, so that being the main constraint, just as how we tailored some of the programs in terms of the funding, we have been tailoring we're tailoring the ideas how to carry them out, more bite-sized outings. So probably just at the masses. Our thing is just to have programs at the location where we don't really have to carry them too far. Try and do it well, and then when it develops, then we can.
Right. So the important thing to remember is identifying the challenge and then trying to come up with a solution easily, right?
So you are left? Yes. And you really wait until I was? Oh, subhanAllah, and I've been sitting here so long.
Well, you could still present, I guess.
Yeah, I can still present. I don't know. All right. Jazakallah khair.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
She hasn't presented yet.
She's the only person.
Okay, 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Sorry, that is the last person.
Yeah, I waited until I saw nobody else get it.
Alright,
Alaikum
so
salam.
our group was Muslim Families for Change, and of course,
Time for prayer.
continue. Alright. Yeah.
We are close.
Oh,
They don't get much time to
Yeah.
okay. So
Yeah.
I think she planned that.
And guys,
Let's thank